So we are studying Eastern wisdom. Last time, first step, study yourself by studying the Eastern wisdom. If we are not able to relate instantly or through contemplation and reflection, then studying Eastern wisdom is just like an information gathering and it will not benefit. So majority of the people who are not seekers, they just follow the intellectual understanding. So when they follow the intellectual understanding, the mind continues its journey of ignorance, suffering, duality, conflict, anxiety, anger, and it goes on increasing. You are doing a practice every day, you feel very good, but because of those impressions, it is not going, the knowledge is not going there. So that is why we say prarabdha. Can you tell me if my intellect understands that today's lesson, today's talking to you has to do with my past impression? Check the state of the mind. I'm free. I'm enjoying. One option. Second option. Second option that I have, no, I have to give a lesson. I must get expected result. What is common in both? Action is common. I have to talk and give you the clarification of the concept, and then we will go do the practice. So in the first case, I am happy. Beginning the session, during the session, after the session. Do you see that? But in the second case, oh, I did not discuss about it. I did not talk about this. No, I should have included this. Oh, I should have. Oh, mind is constantly working at the level of subconscious, habitual, or impulsive nature. And then the mind, that mind is also expecting a result. Result driven, the ego driven, that changes my behavior and attitude. Think of it. You wake up in the morning and you are totally free. Oh, thanks God. Thanks God. You have, oh, I woke up alive because of the past impression. Finished. But if you do not live into that awareness, what is going to happen? Past impression, what I did yesterday, what wrong I did yesterday, what I achieved yesterday. Look at it. We are just merging the two steps together. So I understand, I study the Eastern wisdom, I study myself, I apply the principle, and I start thinking, speaking, and acting in our daily life. Where is the question of anxiety, duality, conflict is there? Understand in a different way. I told you the sum of all the triangles is 180 degree. Oh, yes, I know it. No, prove it. Process. Process. Follow the process. What should be the steps? How you can prove it? So you expand. There is a triangle, and you expand this line. So complementary angles. You are proving it is 180-degree inside, but outside you extend it. The karma, the thought, speech, and action is just an extension. Just an extension. It is the same thought, speech, and action which is linked to the past impression, which is already present as in the information gathering system, and that triggers you and that causes you the anxiety, duality, conflict, even after practicing for years together. So there is a lack of understanding. That is why we should not forget the guard. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karva Vahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are saying it, and the first Shanti to the known world finished. All the thoughts which has entered into your mind is gone. You are still living. Oh, Shanti to the unknown world. Oh, what is expected to come during the day? Let it come. I'm okay. And because third Shanti is within me. Can I live into that awareness? I can bet you. You live in that awareness even for 24 hours or the one day only in the waking state and see what happens. What happens? What is going to happen? Metaphorically, you are always connected to the water, simultaneously linked to the waves. The waves don't get the due importance, it is the water. That is the essence. Waves are the thought, speech, and action in your daily life. Did you get it? So when the waves do not get unwanted importance, oh, I must do it. I should have done it. Ah, I, I, no, I'm totally upset why I could not achieve it. You see, these are the waves. Your intention is right. Your desire is good. But even your intention is right, desire is good, you have more waves. You are already connected to the water, no more waves of anxiety, no more waves of expectations. And what is going to happen? Your attitude and behavior changes. That is what the karma yoga is. From karma, I move to the karma yoga. Action. What is that karma? Karma is overburdened by the past impression. And karma yoga, freedom. I believe you all are getting it. That is what I'm trying to make you understand. That is how I said, Prarabdha, oh, this is what is going to come. You design, you create an agenda, you write your agenda, you remember the agenda. Externally, you do whatever you are doing. It is internal. Internal attitude. So we have extended that line, what I was saying, to prove. Follow the process. What I have to prove. Sum of Triangle is 180-degree. Here, what I have to prove? I'm not the doer. I'm not the enjoyer. It is the existence who is the doer and the enjoyer. So when the existence is doer, but why? Because I'm not the body, I'm not the breath, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm not the thought, I'm not the ego. So that clarity comes, complementary angle. That clarity comes from the complementary angle. Are you getting it? Think. It's a very, very interesting. People miss these two steps and they will miss the entire journey of the self discovery because I have understood the principle, but how to implement, how to put it into the practice. That is the beauty of these two steps. We will go to the third step later. Understand that. Are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. What is your attitude of listening? That is also an action. Carefree. Just be aware. I will miss. Okay, I'm already going to receive the audio file. I will listen it again. Are you relaxed? No, no, I have a lot of stress. I miss what you said. You will get it again. But then the past impression comes and you forget listening and then you attend the next lesson. And then you are gone. So look at the subtle principles. We are talking of Sadhana Panchkam, the 40 steps. We are understanding the concept of prarabdha, the accumulated karma. Then we see that how this Eastern wisdom is an operating manual. Operating manual, it is a knowledge. You see, knowledge. Operating manual simply means the knowledge. What is the knowledge here? How to redirect the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego, even if the other thoughts are there. No, no, I have to redirect it here. Why? Because I will drop the burden of the past impression, what happened yesterday in terms of my anxiety and the reaction. I'm not keeping that burden. Finished. Whatever has happened yesterday, you're done. I'm free. So, which type of person I am? So, I'm analyzing. Oh, I'm carrying the burden. I still have the past impression today, or freedom. Why freedom? Because of the product. I have experienced that freedom. I have proved, yes, by complementary angle are of the same value. My actions are the same, but inner attitude has changed, and that brings me into the higher state of karma yoga. That is what the importance of self study, studying the Eastern wisdom. So, what is basically happening? Do you remember the four types of intellect and the four powers of intellect? They enter here. So the master did not talk about it, but I already prepared a foundation for you. Four types of intellect. The power of faith, faith in the accumulated impressions, or power or faith in the past. So what happened? I'm disturbed today. Why you're disturbed? Because something happened yesterday. Uh, Power of faith, power of dispassion. It comes on its own. You are free. You have it, you don't have it, you are free. Somebody said something yesterday, you are still free. You don't carry it. Four powers of the intellect. Go and find out in which session. So what is going to happen? You are understanding the very craziness of this mind. If the mind lives with the intellect, if the mind is dictated and influenced by the intellect, powers of the intellect, your mind is free. You have started proving it. You are proving that Prarabdha will take me what I can achieve. No one can stop it. Even one denies what I can do. That person cannot stop it. What it means? What it means? It simply means that I'm continuously working free from attachment and the result. I have a project at my hand. Take this example that I'm giving a lesson to you. So my focus should be on the lesson, on the knowledge part. Internally, my mind is totally free. Delivery is free before, during, and after. So the more and more I prove in my life, I wake up in the morning, all the actions are free from the past impression of, because whatever I get, I will definitely get. My master said that if it is written before your birth that you will be a millionaire, you will definitely be a millionaire. Nobody can stop it, in spite of many hurdles. And that is why you see that many people write their biography, narrate their experiences in spite of lot of problems. So that principle is linked here. So if I understand consciously those principles, huh, I'm happy today and I'm happy after achieving. Do you see the happiness starts from today? It will not start when I achieved and then I promote myself that I have achieved. I was in a stress and now, now I am happy. I was not happy because I have only little money to survive, but now I have lot of money. It is still lying in the bank. It is not making you happy. So I'm still attached to that false notion. But when you follow these two steps, you are happy from here, from today, from this moment. You have nothing outside. You are happy. You have everything. You are still happy. It does not add to little more happiness, except the physical survival. Little it becomes little more easier. Same thing in relationship. This is what the second step, the karma yoga, does. So if you understand clearly, karma yoga demands the four powers of the intellect. It demands the past impression. Past impression, I shed all the past impression. No. What is the greatest problem? That I-ness is attached to the past impression and it does not want to move to the prarabdha. It does not want to say to yourself that, oh, what is written, I will continue. What is written, it will come to me. That does not only mean the achievement, that also means the pain and the problems. That also means, huh? Wherever in Sangeetam I have seen yesterday, I was watching uh, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That is an Indian soap. And this guy, hardly, he was hardly 20 years old. Chandra Prakash Sharma, he had 9 surgeries, very weak. Think of this. What is prarabdha? I'm not saying that you believe it. Don't imagine, just believe. I could see every day when I talk to the people. So he has gone 7 or 8 or 9 surgeries, very weak. So his mother said about him that he's very obstinate. So whatever he decides and chooses, and he fixes his total attention in spite of 8 and 9 surgery. His large intestine is removed. He has some problem with the kidneys. He has some problem with other vital organs, the gallbladder. He became a millionaire. So don't think that those problems, if it is destined, it will not come. It will come. In spite of that, you will succeed. So if you create a rosy picture, oh, okay, prarabdha, past impression, okay, done. And now I will continue to, I will never become sick. If it is destined, you're going to be sick. But then you have a power of endurance. You are still happy. You remain indifferent. The power of dispassion takes care of you. Are you getting it? If you say today's pain belongs to the prarabdha, let me do my best, take care of the pain and continue my journey. That is what this guy did. I heard only, I just viewed the recording only. Very thin, looking like, and super intelligent, the way he answered all the questions. Think that is what these 2 steps are. First, again, I'm repeating, study Eastern wisdom. So you study Eastern wisdom, and then your intellect says, this is the principle, how this principle is applied to me at this time, in this moment. So studying the principle means I study myself. Now I study myself, so it remains inside in the intellect as a knowledge. I have to apply it, to apply the karma yoga. So then there's another principle comes, sub-principle. Huh? That is what I said, the complementary uh, complementary angles are equal and they complement each other. And that is what I remember a little bit. I studied uh, in my 10th or 11th grade. But during that time, the mind says, oh, I still have anxiety what to do. What you should do, you know it. If you don't know, then you are not listening to me. Are you getting it? You're not listening to me. Nothing comes out of nothing. We have to understand clearly cause and effect relationship. Physical body given by parents, subtle body contains all those impressions of what we did in the previous birth that chooses the physical birth. And that is how we that chooses means those impressions will be exhausted by this body. We will prove in all the 40 steps. We'll prove just hardly in 15 steps with a cause and effect relationship. So we are just saying that, oh, okay, today I wake up, yes, okay, thank you, God. So that is why we thank God, okay, I'm today alive. Because of that prarabdha. Oh, I succeeded in giving a lesson. Very good. I succeeded in eating the food. Otherwise, sometimes we cannot eat the food also. You go to the restaurant and, no, I cannot eat. I have a pain in my belly. You eat it, I will support you. So mind, instead of creating an anxiety and a reaction, it gives you a total acceptance in that moment. Total acceptance raise your level of awareness, and it invokes the four powers of the intellect. And the intellect dissolves all the dualities and the conflicts present in the mind, and you have followed the two steps. You have minimized your suffering. But otherwise, if you are able to maintain your ego, the I-ness or the I thought, it means you have not applied it. Tell me, did you understand it clearly? Take the same example. There are many examples. In America, that's one of the. I see beauty of it. That if you achieve something and you have a very humble background and you have achieved some wealth, it is more and less related to the wealth. Every time it is related to the, I was having a depression. And even though people who do not have a depression and they have accumulated the wealth, they will tell a story. Oh, in my young age, I was. So we don't glorify our stress and suffering in the Eastern West. We need not to glorify. We say. So if you glorify, then you will continue to suffer in the future also. Don't glorify it. That is what our masters are saying. Glorify that existence. Don't glorify one wave, one storm in your life. Glorify the wave, the existence. Are you getting it? It's a little deeper today. When you glorify the wave, obviously you are attached to it. No, I achieved, I became a billionaire. Okay. Okay. So without this body and the mind, can you be a billionaire? Let me take your capacity to hear that you are a billionaire. What will happen? You don't see the dollars. What will happen? Are you not grateful to this existence, which has given your body, mind, breath, intellect, and ego? Instead of narrating a story. So our approach, Eastern wisdom, approach of the Eastern wisdom is different. They say, no, we are not worthy of suffering because I attach myself to suffering and anxiety, which came from the past. It is waiting to be exhausted. Take this example of this 22-year-old. Those 8 surgeries need to be done, means he exhausted those and he reached and became a millionaire. Are you getting it? Understand this clearly. Because once you understand, then one thing will be there, at least 60%. You enjoy. Oh, suffering is there. Okay. I have taken measure for it and I'm happy about it. I'm okay. I'm okay. Today I lost money. It's okay. It's a part of the journey. Sometimes I get more money unexpectedly. Then what? Then what? My honey is crazy. No, my mind is crazy. Thank you, existence, you given me. You related me to this honey so that I can have a power of endurance. And if we love each other or say we participate in the progress, evolution of each other, wonderful. That too is wonderful. Say a couple, a person is, they love each other, they participate, they actively help each other. I'm giving you an example that happens. I have seen a lot of those couples. Now, out of that couple, one person dies. The other guy will be damn frustrated. Now, see the other couple where they are fighting. They have differences and they want to resolve the differences. In that process, they evolve. For 20 years, they don't die. And ultimately, they evolve. We don't know. You take the safest measure in your life. What is that? You created 10 feet steel walls all around your room. If the death has to come, it will come. Are you understanding that? So we leave even the death, the progress, and the evolution on the prarabdha. And now I'm thinking, speaking, and acting in my life. Can you experience the tremendous freedom? Can you experience the freedom? Money will still come if it has to come. Are you getting it? Relationship will still continue if it has to continue. It's not an easy principle. It has such a deeper understanding. So once you are settled into that, uh, 60% of the job is done. That is why we have this first step. You see, simple phrase. He says, study the Eastern wisdom, do all the work diligently. I have discussed what is right to do. I have to do my duty without faith. I will continue to do my duty until this body dies. That will change the ultimately what I said. 5E, do you remember? Engage, engagement, education, empowerment. Now you enter into the evolution. You rise in consciousness. You see, it is just like if I give the metaphor, the water remains the same. Oh, this wave has risen, the wave of pain, it has subsided. It belongs to Prarabdha. I'm the wave. I'm the water. Wave. Another wave rises. I earned a lot of money and it subsides. Oh, still the wave. I'm still the water, not the wave. That is the power of following this principle. That is the power of complementary angle. Again, I'm saying very simple. I'm oversimplifying. I don't need complementary angle, but still I need. Yeah, why? How would I need to prove that it's 180 degree? That is the that is what Cherry is proving, in spite of all the challenge. It does not mean that you all are not doing it. You all are also doing it. But if we want to compare, so close your eyes, my friends. Eyes are closed. I explained. Yes, I explained clearly, perhaps, according to my little intellect. So, a place of the body, position, and the posture. Very good. And then being comfortable. Just you don't listen, but you follow it, what it means by being comfortable, being carefree. So when you are carefree, your mind enters into the state of somewhat dispassion or discernment, not dispassion. So in that, now the intellect follows the discernment. How? First neighbor, the world outside. Oh, the world is presented to me outside because of that prarabdha, past impression. That is how, one reason I met this weird guy and understanding this. The credit goes to my prarabdha also, not only to this teacher who is guiding. Oh, the world of time and objects and place, the and that creates a situation, event, people, relationship. Am I influenced? I forget the product. If I'm not influenced, I did not. Do you see that how that is why I introduced the six neighbors? So you can understand the way I introduce these principles before practically and then come. Second neighbor is the physical body. And I gave an example of this eight surgeries. Very weakling guy became a millionaire. So the physical body, but what will happen to the physical body? That idea of the birth and death will start dissolving from your mind. You will live your whole life full of life. Third neighbor is the breath, pertaining to the energy, hunger, and the thirst. Can you recall hunger and the thirst? Did you meet your hunger by chicken or did you meet your hunger by food? Hmm? Prarabdha and your pleasure. It doesn't mean what you like, you don't eat. What you like, it is available, you eat it. But you are extremely hungry, you still wants to eat. What you like, that is the problem. Fourth neighbor. Mind is the crazy mind, the pain and the pleasure. It creates the duality and reaction and anxiety and anger. Have you taken care with reference to the prarabdha? No. I will continue to suffer with the dualities. I thought in a fifth neighbor, I thought, oh, well, the prarabdha works through these six neighbors. What I have to do, I have to simply witness. Sixth neighbor is the ignorance in the causal body. Okay, and behind that, I am the real self. Behind that, that is what I explained to you, the water. I am the water. The waves belongs to all these six neighbors. We are still proving practically. I believe you are getting Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. I don't know the real self, so I say, okay, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. I prevent hmm, my crazy mind to think anything else. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. And this process takes time. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Your mind says, I'm still crazy. You say, may there be peace for all, including me. Again, your mind returns with the strength of your false eye. You again say, may there be peace for all. It's not a mechanical practice. Wherever it is required, you have to give emphasis. Got it? Yes. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. No, that guy hates me, but I'm complete. So when I'm complete, any kind of a hatred should not touch me. Oh, intellectually, logically, it seems right. So I have to force the mind by repetition consciously. I believe you're getting it. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all and experience. Once you have followed these steps of the knowledge, you should experience what sensation, relaxation, and stillness completely. The mind living within, deeper within. You have a sense of calmness. You have a sense of discernment. You have a sense of discernment. Why? Any thought, feeling, or the past comes, you drive it away by complementary angle, prarabdha. But you're talking of complementary angles. If your mind opposes this, then you have to do it again and again. It is not fully accepting this. So we have to minimize the tamoguna and the rajoguna that pulls you to drop the prarabdha principle. So that is why you look inside the forehead in the space. You drop Om Shanti, Om Shanti. There is a 1 millisecond of a pause, Om Shanti. So you are aware of Om Shanti and the space, Om Shanti and the space, Om Shanti and the space. Body is in the state of the stillness. And in that state, start breathing long in the hissing into the rib cage should expand completely. And the rib cage should squeeze completely. We will again be doing the 3 rounds of 3 minutes and we will do 2 rounds of the belly breathing. We are going for an intensive. Why? Because the mind will sneak in, peep in through any thought, feeling, or emotions, and it will drop the principle of prarabdha from your mind. It will dictate your intellect, and you will forget it. Forgetfulness is ignorance. So today we say, no, I will not. Let us say, long in the hissing breath. 3 minutes, 3 rounds, because we are doing it continuously, and that gives a push to the mind. It is like you're getting rid of all the 8 surgeries to become a millionaire. And that is why I gave that example. Your focus is just on Om Shanti, stillness, and the breathing should be little longer. It is not quick. It has nothing to do with the fire, breath, and whatever it is. And you already know if the mind says, no, I cannot do it. Endurance, intellect, power, 4 types of. Now stop it. Pay attention to the flow of the breath and experiences in the form of vision, colors, tingling, numbness, and other experiences. Because the mind converts what it wants to say. And with that experience, continue with the Om Shanti deep inside the forehead and start with the second round. Pay attention, your inhalation and exhalation of equal duration. You don't expel the breath. The moment you expel the breath, it becomes the Kapalbhati and the Bhastrika of Hatha Yoga. That is not we are doing. You'll find your head, it will have variety of experiences and the vision. Let it have it. With awareness, continue. We have set the target of 3 minutes, so endurance, joy of doing. So from the endurance, from the objection by the mind to endurance to the joy of doing. So your mind picks up the rhythm and it says, now, nobody is going to stop me. I can continue. What we have done, we can move to that principle easily. So these practices, these tools have to be applied with understanding, with knowledge, with clarity. If you miss it, you miss it. We are getting step by step, and now stop it. Look at the flow of the breath and the changes in your experiences. Later, we'll give a pause. We'll continue to have a flow of breath awareness for more time for, than the breathing. Why? With that, we will understand later. Again, the Om Shanti continues and start breathing the third round into the rib cage. You're paying attention to the expansion and the squeezing of the ribs. And I'm linking it to the peripheral and the chemoreceptors linked to the center of the breathing in the brain. That gives you unusual experiences in the head, which Eastern wisdom has translated differently. Why? There is sudden increase of oxygen concentration in the blood, and that triggers these receptors. And the receptors alarms. That alarming gives you, that is the scientific explanation. But we will go deeper explanation from the Eastern wisdom later. You are breathing, remember, principle of endurance and the joy of doing. You might have seen on a given day, you have a joy of doing. On the other day, the mind is struggling because of that pradabdha, but you continue doing it. We say because of that, and you may give any reasons. Now stop breathing, pay attention to the flow of the breath and also on the Om Shanti that continues. And in that state, you're experiencing variety of vision, colors, your variety of experiences. Just let it come and go. You're still doing Om Shanti, awareness of the flow of the breath, but now we are going to do 2 rounds of belly breathing. Start the belly breathing, the long, deep, and the hissing now. That's here. You expand your belly like a balloon and squeeze it so that your belly touches the spine. Only for 2 minutes. We'll increase the duration gradually. Mind will say, no, I feel difficulty, endurance, and you do it. You don't struggle with the thought and feeling of struggle. You replace it with endurance. I believe you are getting into it what I'm saying. Pay attention to the belly movement. 2 minutes only. Now stop it. Pay attention to the flow of the breath and exchanges in your experiences, and Om Shanti continues. Now, the last round, Om Shanti continues. Start breathing into the belly. Belly goes in and out. Or metaphorically, I say that you expand your belly like a balloon. It means you expand the lower upper portion of the belly and you squeeze them. Continue. And now stop this. Om Shanti continues. And in that state, move the mind in the cave of your heart, visualize the triangle and start dropping Om Shanti there. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. When you find a sink, pushing the mind deep inside the cave of your heart. Shanti, when the mind seemingly stops. And stay there. Mm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Oh. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. I really like the principle in the lesson today, the reminder that what's going to be is going to be. And so when the false I, when the mind stuff kicks up, hit it with the illumination of the pratipa and keep going. And
Yeah,
it was a good reminder, and I processed that. I thought about that during the meditation. Thank you.
very good. Yeah, you really summarized it. Someday we will also be frustrated. Oh, that belongs to that. Done. Frustration is gone. Anxiety is gone. The more we do it and we start living our life fully. How are you, David?
Good, sir. Thank you. Really great lesson in meditation. The takeaway for me on the meditation is just the impact of past impressions on our mind. And it's interesting. I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and my mind was going on all past, present, future, and just like this. And I said to myself, "No, just focus within. Just focus on the water." And I just breathed and focused on the water, and I fell back asleep and had extremely deep sleep right after that. Um, so it's just kind of getting rid of those anchors in our life. And it puts me into a spot when we went into the meditation portion where I just felt this unlimited potential. There's no sandbags holding us back. And it's interesting, on Thursday, I have a weekly sort of strategy meeting with our partners, and I have the most progress, and they're always like, "Wow, you must have had second cup of coffee today. What's going on?" I said, "Oh, just getting rid of past impressions."
Yes, you really summarized it and you applied it in the middle of the night. You remember, you are aware. So that is the meaning of the first principle. I study the Eastern wisdom and I study myself. Oh, all those thoughts, and you apply it, beautifully said. And yes, we can definitely apply in our personal, professional, social, and family life. And you see, you rightly, what the word you use, that you have an unlimited potential. So, what is limiting me? These impressions, these reactions, these anxieties. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you. I find this concept and explanation of prarabdha really beautiful and useful, but I think it should be also mentioned that it should not be just a passive acceptance, as far as I understand, but
Yes,
rather it should be extracting auspiciousness from the prarabdha at every moment. So, for example, if my prarabdha leads to adverse situation or circumstances at this very moment, then I extract auspiciousness by enduring and by creating conditions for favorable future prarabdha.
yes,
And if my conditions are favorable right now, then I use them to evolve, and I use them to create even more future favorable conditions for the future. So this is my understanding how it should be
yes,
understood.
yes,
Uh,
you rightly said.
and as far as my practice, the breathing was seamless. After the breathing, I think my mind was a little bit disturbed at the beginning, but then it calmed down. I mean, more disturbed more as compared to usual state of the mind after the breathing. But then it calmed down, and it was deep and dark as usual. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, practice is good. But one thing that you say that, oh, everything is in the prarabdha, then what should I do? I should not do anything. That is tamasic guna. So then there is no evolution in the tamasic guna. So how the rajasic guna comes? Because of the past impression. I more rely on it. And what about the sattvic guna? That is what the prarabdha is. But in the sattvic guna, the mind says, what I'm doing, I have to continue to do it. Now, there is one more thing that you explain beautifully, but I want to add something that is very important. That's why I gave an example of this guy who is 20 years old. He went through 8 surgeries. Now, can I say that 8 surgeries proved favorable to him to become a millionaire? Answer is yes. Oh, so if I have 8 surgeries, I'll become a millionaire? That is crazy stuff. then you are crazy. Then you are. So I have accepted. He accepted it, and he said, "No, I will continue to study." And then the opportunity came. He participated. He won. So that needs to be understood. So what I claim is a favorable situation, it may be unfavorable for me. And that too I leave on the prarabdha. Good. I have to do it. So when you do it, your life changes. That is the beauty of this principle. Terry is still reflecting on it. How are you, Terry?
Yeah, because I had difficulty with the breathing today.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of being free of the past, thoughts of the past. But That's a good goal.
Yeah, yeah. So for everyone, including you. And once we keep that awareness, where is the stress? Just think of it. Where is the anxiety? Where is the duality and the conflict? It comes because of my false I, which accumulate. False I says, oh, I lost this money, I gained this money, I do this. Otherwise, there is nothing like this. How are you, Christina?
Thank you again for the continued teaching and practices. I'm laughing because the water and the wave analogy, it's like I'm obsessed with trying to surf in the wave and I don't know how to surf. And I've been doing that my entire life. And the idea of coming back to letting go and dropping into the water makes so much sense.
Yeah, that is the answer of your question. So I get more obsessed with the waves. Waves means different kind of thoughts that defines favorable or unfavorable condition in my life, which pertains to the past reactions and anxiety and all the stuff. These are the waves. I don't have a time to look at the water. I don't become aware of the water. That is the problem. And that is why this principle. That is why I've been repeatedly giving you. You extend that line of a triangle to move to the complementary. I still remember a couple of things, not as sharp as Dennis, but how are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. Sir, practice was calm, and the understanding is that should not keeping expectations from the experiences that are coming. Instead, keeping the mind free and giving importance to the self that I am relaxed, even though that experience is going to come and go.
Yes, that helps me to live in a present moment. You see that? Intellectually, we talk about, oh, live in a present moment. That is not intellectual, it's a living experience. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर कई बार दुविधा होती है कि ये करना चाहिए या ये करना चाहिए, तो उस टाइम मैं सरेंडर कर देती हूँ कि गुरुदेव आपने जो कराना है वो करवाओ, और उससे अटैचमेंट खत्म हो जाती है. अगर रिजल्ट अच्छा है तो भी ठीक है, नहीं अच्छा है तो भी उनकी मर्जी.
Yeah, she raised a very good point. But sometimes when you are performing action and still you have a duality and a conflict, surrender to the existence. Existence, take this. Let me do what I'm doing. Let me do what is right to do. What I am expected to do, I must do it. And that will change the entire perspective. Don't worry about this participation of this F. It is an app. It is basically a note taker app. So what I'm speaking, it converts into a note. So I have to check a couple of times whether it is right or wrong. So there is no any person. You already see fire files, artificial intelligence, note taker. So that is all. Thank you very much. We'll meet again.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste. Thank you.